Shalom, shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered through all four corners of this earth. Now let's just buy on back again, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I just want to share a video with you, Akiyam and Akwaf. You probably already saw it, but needless to say, it gives more credence to the fact that, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is resting upon the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. You see, prophecies being fulfilled right before our eyes. You see, and it's being told, it's being prophesied to us through the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. None of these other camps are bringing out the information that Great Millstone is bringing out, and it's coming to pass. You see, so needless to say, I want to share this video with you, Akiyam and Akwaf. I only got a couple of scriptures I want to bring out on it, starting with this one. Let me minimize this real quick. The book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter and the 3rd verse, and it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry."
I want to move on to the microchip, which senses COVID-19 in your body before symptoms and filters the virus from the blood before. It's being developed by the Pentagon. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so, all the conspiracy theorists out there, right, who went around saying, hey, they're creating this microchip and it's going to be inserted into your body. It's going to come with the vaccine. And all these folks in the media were like, oh, you people are crazy. There's no microchip. Then the Pentagon comes out and says, hey, actually, we have a microchip. So here's what's fascinating about this. And I actually am releasing a podcast about this today that's pretty lengthy in detail. But what's important is that the government agency, DARPA, right, that does these defense advanced research projects, is the one that actually developed this particular microchip. That they say, oh, it won't track you, and all it's going to do is tell you if you have COVID symptoms. Well, guess what? My body can also tell me if I have COVID symptoms. So why would I need a microchip inserted under my skin in order to tell me whether or not I feel the symptoms of COVID? It's bizarre in that respect. But it's also important to note that DARPA, that same organization, is the same one that was funding gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Virology Lab for the last 10 years, especially since 2014. So the fact that they now want to come out and say, we're going to create a microchip that you can put under your skin, it will tell you whether or not you have COVID. Scotty, do you really trust that that's what this is for? Then the fact that this has even been created in the first place, there doesn't seem to be a point to it to tell you that you have COVID.
I think that's what scares me the most about this, is like you were working on a chip to go into people's skin. By the way, it's coming from the Pentagon. It's not coming from a private medical firm. And I think that's where
right.
my concern really is this one. So here's my question. The look into your future crystal ball, as I've so often asked you, Ben. If this shows to actually be accurate and it can predict it, do you think we could see a push that everybody, just like what we've seen with the mask, the vaccine, a push that you actually have to be microchipped with something from the Pentagon? Could that actually happen in society today?
If you had asked me that question a year ago, I'd say it's nonsense. I'd say today it's very possible. I mean, that's where we're headed with the talk of vaccine passports. And remember that with a microchip, they say, well, it only does this one limited thing right now, but it's a microchip, which means it could be used for many other things, including tracking whether or not you've had your vaccine, or whether or not, you're able to travel into other countries because you have the microchip. The application for a microchip is vast once it's already been created. So the idea that it's only there for determining whether or not you have it, I think is untrue. And yes, I think it's very likely there'll be a huge pressure to say the Pentagon is going to start microchipping people. And if you want to travel and you want to be able to go in and out of the country, you have to have this. And anybody who's listening who says, oh, that sounds like a conspiracy, a year ago, you would have said it was conspiracy to say that we're going to use the blockchain to create a passport so that you can travel from country to country. And that's happening right now as we speak.
And I have to wonder what's going to happen if private industry gets a hold of this technology as well. Ben, lots of questions that have to be answered by this. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Scotty.
We are in those times, Akiyam and Akwaf, We are in those times. And to just think that the elders and apostles on down have been saying this for decades now. And now the chip is on the scene, man. And for you other camps that call the mark of the beast an embargo or Christianity, y'all going off, man. And it's very clear that y'all got it wrong. But let's read Habakkuk 2 and 3 again. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, right? Prophets, in the ancient days were also called seers. They're the oracles of the Lord, fortune tellers. They can see the future, right? At first it's just a vision. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. It will come into fruition, man. You see? Though it tarry, it may take some time, wait for it. Because it will surely come. It will not tarry, because it's the words of the Lord speaking through his men. And the Lord's word will not return unto him void. You see? And now it's clear as day that Revelation 13 and 16 is coming to fruition, man. As a matter of fact, let me end off on that real quick. The book of Revelations, the 13th chapter. In the 16th verse, and it reads, And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. This is going to be a global thing. See? This is going to be that hour of temptation. You're going to be faced with death if you don't do it, man. You see? Small and great, young and old, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Why? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And this is where we're heading. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. For those of us that are watching, we'll be locked into the spirit, and we'll see the snare. We'll see the snare. But for those of you that aren't watching, for those of you that want to continue to party and stay attached to this place and not understand what is actually happening right under your nose, you want to focus on your career, you want to focus on your education, you want to focus on your marriage. Guess what? You're going to get caught unaware. You're going to get caught in that trap, man, in that snare. But now that's the point, Akiyam and Akwath, Lord willing. You Akiyam and Akwath were edified. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halalim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Shalom Akiyam.